In today's lesson, we will be graphing quadratics. This is kind of part A of graphing quadratics, where I broke this up into two different lessons. So starting out, we've got standard form of a quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. For today, we are only looking at equations in the form y equals ax squared, so just a single term, and y equals ax squared plus the last term, the constant at the end. So we are not dealing with anything that has that middle term today. We're going to do that in the next one. Okay, so quadratics. Let's just give some basic information here. About the graph. So if we have the single term quadratic, the vertex is 0, 0, creates this parabola. So I'm going to say this again. This that center middle dot is called the vertex. And in this form, the vertex is at 0, 0. All right, so now this one, the vertex gets shifted either up or down, depending if it's plus or minus c. So let's say this goes up c. So the vertex is 0 and then c. So the thing that these two forms have in common is that they create parabolas that are symmetric about the y-axis. This is called the axis of symmetry. So basically you can take your parabola, fold it over the y-axis, and it will reflect on itself. In our next lesson, then we're going to be dealing with parabolas that are not centered around that y-axis. And then we are also going to pay attention to A, the leading coefficient. If A is positive, it's going to open up. And if A is negative, less than 0, it is going to open down. Okay, so let's do a couple examples. Okay, so the first one is f of x equals negative 2x squared. So the axis of symmetry, because it's just a single term, the axis of symmetry is the y-axis. So I draw that dotted line. That is what cuts my parabola in half. So it's the y-axis. We can also write it as it's the equation of the line. The line is x equals 0. Okay, single term, the vertex is always at 0, 0. So I'm going to put a dot at 0, 0. Okay, min or max. Let's think about this. That a value is negative. A is less than 0. That means my parabola is going to open down. If it opens down, it's going down forever, which means, but there's a maximum point. So there is no minimum point, there is a maximum point. And then range, or domain and range. So domain is easy. All quadratics, the domain is always all real numbers. The range, let's think about this. It starts at 0, 0, and it's going to open down. So it will never be above 0, but it will go down until infinity, goes down forever. So all y values that are less than or equal to 0. Okay, now we actually have to graph this thing. So what we're going to do is make an xy table and immediately put the vertex on there, 0, 0. And I'm just going to pick some numbers to the right of the vertex. And then I'm going to plug it in. Negative 2 times 1 squared, that is negative 2. Negative 2 times 2 squared. Remember, you have to exponent first, so 2 squared is 4, times negative 2 is negative 8. let's do 3, negative 2 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9 times negative 2, negative 18. So that's going to go off my graph. So let's see what we can graph here. Got the vertex 0, 0. And then I'm going to plug in, so 1, write 1 down to 1, negative 2. And then because it's a reflection over this axis, 1 away, I'm going to go 1 away on the other side. Okay, 2, negative 8 is write 2 down 8, 10, 9, 8. And reflect that over, it's 2 away, so 2 away on the other side. And now I have this parabola. Okay, same process, just one more example here. Let's do f of x equals 2x squared minus 4. So the axis of symmetry is still right at the y-axis. And the y-axis is, the equation for that is x equals 0. Okay, this time the vertex is not 0, 0 because we have this constant at the end. It is going to be 0, negative 4. So this basically shifts the vertex down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be right here. Okay, min or max. The front number A is greater than 0, so it's going to open up. That means it's going up forever, but it has a minimum point. So it has a minimum, doesn't have a max. Domain is always all real numbers. And now the range, let's see, it's going to open, this is the starting point, and it's going to open up. So it's all y values that are greater than or equal to negative 4. All right, so now let's graph by making an XY table. X, Y. First thing you do, put down your vertex. 0, negative 4. Pick numbers to the right of the vertex and plug it in. So 2 times 1 squared minus 4. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 4 is negative 2. 2 times 2 squared minus 4. 2 squared is 4, times 2 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. 2 times 3 squared minus 4. 9 times 2 is 18, minus 4 is 14. So that's going to go off my graph. Okay, so let's start. 0, negative 4. 1, negative 2. And then reflect it over. Okay, 2, 4. And now reflect that over. And then the last one goes off the graph. So there I have my parabola. So there is your full video on kind of an intro to graphing quadratics. And the ones that we did today, a reminder, they're all symmetric about the y-axis. Good luck with your lesson.